588C. Facing off against them, our 16th ranked alliance, we have the captain 1727A and their partner Area 53B. I think it's safe to say that we all want to get this match rolling. No? If you want to wait, we got to call it timeout. Nope, nope. Okay, so Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? The goal from the Red Alliance, but one goes over to the Red Alliance anyway, and the Red Alliance gets some rings on. One ring goes onto the post. And Thomas is going to go to red for all those rings. We're going to go to the driver operate period now in 3, 2, 1, go. Mainly 1727 goes over and tries to grab the yellow goal, but JC Patriots manages to take control of it. Meanwhile, 55AC seems to have flipped over their goal on the far side. And they're going to ramp up and they're taking some time that is quite valuable in this match to try and right it up. Meanwhile, 1727 is going over and help their alliance partner, who seems to have gotten themselves stuck on some rings. JC Patriots over here going and attempting to pick up some rings to put onto that goal that they have nestled inside themselves. It seems like these two robots are caught on the tall goal, while Calvert Hall is going and taking the blue goal over from the Blue Alliance over to their side of the field and trying to put it into their corner. We're a little under a minute left in this match. Area 53 is still beached on some of those rings, so this match is effectively a 2v1 at the moment. 1727A desperately playing defense on both of these red robots. JC Patriots going for the climb now as they go up, carrying 2 of their goals up. 1727A going over and grabbing that tall goal, or that yellow goal from their alliance partner. We're in the final 20 seconds of this match, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of movement on either side of the field. A lot of noise coming from the Blue Alliance, though, as 1727 tries to push their alliance partner up onto the platform, trying to free them as we're in the final 5 seconds of this match. And just going to be some victory movements as our first elimination match comes to its close. All right. We're going to lead wow, I can't speak. Happens when you're commentating all day. We're going to let the referees take stock of the score over here as we go back to the Solars Point field for our next match. Is up the chase to secure that blue goal of theirs over into their side of the field, while Eastern Z team drops a yellow goal onto their side of the field. And Calvert Hall goes and puts a goal up onto their platform. The Blue Alliance is aiming to steal one of the red goals from the red side of the field. Tech X has stolen their sister team's goal and moved it over to their side of the field, but has brought it over because they're going to help. And in an effort of teamwork, the Blue Alliance destabilizes the red platform and subsequently grabs the goal that fell off, bringing it over to their side of the field, while the 5839D brings back one of their red goals back over to their home territory to have it scored. 5588V is playing some aggressive defense against these two blue robots, trying to get the goals that they've sequestered over to their side of the field. As we approach the final 30 seconds of this match, 5588V putting a goal up onto the platform, much as does the Blue Alliance. So we've got 2 goals up on the platform for the Red Alliance, 1 for the time being for the Blue Alliance, but it seems like TechX is wanting to change that, putting a second one up there, and they are successful as well. A 3rd goal going up onto the Red Alliance's platform, and it's stable, and we got 6 seconds left. Will the Blue Alliance be able to get it up? And they do, with 2 seconds left in the match. That, as I said, was going to be a close match between these two alliances. In the meantime, let's take a look at the scores for our first elimination match. It was a resounding victory for the JC Patriots in Calvert Hall with a score of 170 to the Blue Alliance's 40 points. So the Red Alliance will be moving on in their bracket and will face against the winner of this previous match. All right. Over here for qualification, or not qualification, again, long day and I keep on misspeaking. Elimination match 3. We have our 4th ranked seed, 1727D, and their alliance partner, Area 53A, facing off against our 13th ranked alliance, 8612A, the Full Metal, excuse me, Panthers, if I remember? Yeah, Panthers. Hence the P on your shirts. And their alliance partner, 1727Z Rex. So, Red Alliance, are you ready? Yeah! Digging the enthusiasm. Blue Alliance, are you ready? Okay. We're going to start our autonomous period in 3, 2, 1, go. Right. 1727D misses their goal, the goal that they were aiming for, but their alliance partner picks one up as well. 1727Z successfully nabs that middle goal and brings it over to their side of the field. And the Red Alliance also appears to have scored some rings. So Autonomous is going to go to Red. We're going to start the driver operated period now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 1727Z immediately ditching that tall goal and moving over to one of their own colored goals, while the D team goes, picks up, and has 2 goals in their possession and pushing around the the Full Metal Panthers robot as they play aggressive defense against them. So the Z team for 1727 going over and entering in the mix as 53A has been going around filling up their alliance goal with several rings onto that post, netting them a multitude of points that will surely be in their favor. Full Metal Panthers is trying to play some defense. It seems like all these teams are waiting for something to happen. It doesn't seem like a whole lot is happening over here. 1727Z and 1727D facing off against one another. They're fighting and vying for that tall goal over on the far side of the field. 53A still over here in the corner, Full Metal Panthers are going and maneuvering themselves to try and help their partner. They're going to go ahead. Red Alliance going up onto their platform with a full stack of rings on one goal and a yellow goal on the other. Meanwhile, 1727Z is trying to go up onto the platform themselves, and their alliance partner might be able to join them on it. We have a double robot up onto the platform. I don't think we've seen one. Oh, but they accidentally move, and they fall, and they have fallen off with seconds to spare in this match. We're going to see how that affects the final scores. And our previous match over on the Solars Point field, very close, with the Blue Alliance beating out the 8th ranked seed with a score of 146 to the Red Alliance's 120. So this 9th ranked seed will move on to face our 1st ranked seed when we get to quarterfinals. All right. This 4th elimination match rounds out our top bracket with a bout between our 5th ranked seed consisting of 1893A Polytechnic Institute and their alliance partner from Hereford High School, 929V. Facing off against them, we have our 12th ranked seed consisting of 1893B, also from Polytechnic Institute, as well as their partners, 9080S Rebel Robotics. So, Red Alliance, are you ready? So ready. Blue Alliance, are you ready? All right. Referees are ready. We're going to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the far side of the field, no robot gets that yellow goal because they were both a little percussive about it. But over at my feet, 929V manages to grab it as well as delicately moves their own alliance goal. Autonomous is going to go to the Red Alliance with that yellow goal in their possession. And we're going to move on to driver operated in 3, 2, 1, go. 1893A facing off against 1893B. These two are playing a game of tug of war right at the start of this match while their alliance partners go about and have their sights set on the platforms, with 929V already going up for that high platform with 2 goals in their possession. Meanwhile, 9080S Rebel Robotics going over and putting up a 2nd goal up onto their platform. And Polytechnic's A-team is seeming to have issue with that, as does their sister team have issue with the Red Alliances. 1893A managing to move that yellow goal, so that goal and platform are thus now no longer balanced, and the Polytechnic teams go back to facing off against one another. But the Blue Alliance has managed to rebalance that platform by having a blue goal on either side, but once again it gets tipped over. This platform on the Blue Alliance has essentially turned into a seesaw with how many times it's going back and forth. 9080S going over and seems to be trying to do the same thing over there, but they don't seem to have the power to lift up their arm with a goal intact. As we're now in the final 30 seconds of this match, 1893A has managed to regain control of one of their goals, bring it over to their side of the field, while 1893B is trying to push the tall goal over, but is unsuccessful as their sister team plays hard defense on them. Blue Alliance desperately trying to move one of the goals out from underneath, preventing them from having a properly balanced platform. And they are successful with a second left on the clock. This was another seemingly close match. We'll let the referees take a look at this as we take a look at the scores from our previous match on the Dundalk field. All right, and for our third elimination match, the fourth seed alliance consisting of 1727D and 53A proceeds with a score of 197 to the Blue Alliance's score of 90. All right. Now, as we come back over to the Dundalk field, we're now going to be running the matches in our lower bracket. On the Red Alliance, we have our rank 2 seed consisting of 1727B Rex and their alliance partner Area 53E. Facing off against them, we have the 15th ranked alliance consisting of Area 53D and Area 53C. So whoever wins this match, it's going to be Area 53. So go you guys, I guess. All right. So, Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? Yeah. All right. Our referees are ready. We're going to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. A little bit of a slow start, but both the red robots managed to grab hold of a yellow goal. One of them does, both of them seemingly making it to the red scoring zone, breaking the plane. Miss on getting that tall goal, but the autonomous bonus is going to go to the Red Alliance. So with the early advantage in hand, we're going to go to driver op in 3, 2, 1, go. The 1727 immediately heads off to cut off Area 53D. As a brief hiccup in the field, but everyone is still driving. Anything happens to the field, it will be at the behest of our refs. Meanwhile, Area 53E has control of 2 goals and is preventing 53C from getting one of their goals. Meanwhile, 1727B has a hold of one of the yellow goals, as well as 53D has hold on it, and they're trying to pull back, but they're not making any traction. They don't have the power to pull back on them, just stall them out. And 1727B is going to go up onto their platform, parking pretty early in the match. 53E going around and still putting more and more rings on their platform, while their opponents manage to wrest that yellow goal out from their claw. And both of the Blue Alliance teams seem to be grappling for the same goal as we approach the final 30 seconds of this match. A lot of back and forth going on between these goals. And 1727B getting sequestered over in the far side of the field as they manage to whisk away one of the Blue Alliance's goals. And 53E is trying to get up onto their platform with one of the goals as well. And they manage to get up and balance with a few seconds left. 1727B putting up a goal as well, while the Blue Alliance seems to be trying in a desperate last-ditch attempt to put a goal up. And they managed to get it up just in time before the end of this match. All right. I would say that that is an exciting start to our lower half of our rankings, or lower seed matches. Let's go ahead and take a look at our match 4. Both scores in the 100. We have the 5th seed alliance winning with a score of 156 to the Blue Alliance's score of 132. Very high scoring match for what was a very energetic match.
Hey guys, 5 o'clock is when our Fine Designs guy, John, is packing things up. So if you had a last minute purchase in mind for the shirts out there from Fine Designs, he's going to be packing up. Otherwise, maybe some of you will see him at Worlds, because Fine Design is the supplier for Vex at Worlds, all their apparel and their big setup and all that stuff. But if you want the logo over there, check it out. See if they still have your size and what you wanted. 5 o'clock.
All right. Over here for our sixth elimination match. On the Red Alliance, we have our 7th seed consisting of 5525A, the Patuxent Panthers, and 68440C, the Robo Barons. Facing off against them, we have Team 21217A, Mantis, paired up with 5770A and their colorful robots, the Lady Beasts. All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? Some thumbs up. Blue Alliance, are you ready? Referees are ready. We're going to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. 5525A nabs and puts a ring into one of the goals, but doesn't quite bring it over to their side of the field, and slightly moves one of the Alliance goals, while their Alliance partner, the Robo Barons, does bring a yellow goal over to their side of the field, netting them the autonomous bonus for red. We're going to start the driver operated period now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Patuxent Panthers going, and after a little bit of a miss, does manage to get 1 and then 2 goals up into their hopper, while the Mantis manages to pick up 2 goals as well, and they're going to hold on to them. The Lady Beasts getting into the thick of things, duking it out with both of the Red Alliance robots, and successfully managed to steal one of those yellow goals away from them, bring it over to their side of the field as the Red Alliance begins their retaliation against the Blue Alliance. A little bit of clicking coming from the Lady Beast robot, but as they're trying to maneuver around the Patuxent Panthers, and the Robo Barons seem to have gotten themselves beached upon some of the rings over here by my feet, with still a little bit of movement, but they're not moving as well as they would like to. Lady Beast managed to put and successfully put a goal up onto the platform, but Patuxent Panthers immediately put it off onto the ground by knocking over the platform. Patuxent Panthers now going over and trying to help out their Alliance partner, tries to a little bit, and then moves in to pick up that second of their Alliance goals. The Mantis going now to try and balance with 2 goals up onto their platform. Lady Beasts trying their best to help them out. We've got about 20 seconds left in this match, and the Patuxent Panthers are going and balancing themselves over. Not quite. They're being very delicate about this. And the Patuxent Panthers now with a parked robot and 3 goals on their side of the field, while the Blue Alliance does still have 4 goals on their side of the field. We'll have to see how this affects the match scores. All right. Let's take a look at the results from our 5th match. And the 2nd seed Alliance wins out over the 15th seed Alliance with a score of 158 to the Blue Alliance's 100. For our penultimate round 16 elimination match, on the Red Alliance, we have our 3rd ranked seed consisting of 1893C and their alliance partner 9080R. Competing against them for a spot in the quarterfinals, we have the 14th ranked alliance consisting entirely of Hereford High School. We have 929N and 929R. All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? All right. Referees are ready. Let's start autonomous period in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 1893C goes forward, grabs one of the yellow goals, while Rebel Robotics doesn't quite go far enough to grab onto it. Blue Alliance does, however, manage to score one ring in one of their goals as we come to a close to this autonomous period. The bonus is going to go to the Red Alliance, giving them an early lead. We're going to switch over to the driver operate period now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, 929 and immediately lunging forward and playing a pushing game against 1893C. There's going to be very much a pushing game and a lot of defense getting played by the Blue Alliance in this match against these high-armed robots on the Red Alliance. Rebel Robotics going for about now picking up these rings and putting them up onto that goal of theirs, with 1893C doing the exact same, but they're getting bullied around by the tiny little toaster that is chasing them around. While the N team for Hereford is also doing their best to keep track of those goals and keep them in check, using those prongs on the front of the robot to make sure that that tall neutral goal stays placed and they keep a good handle on things. Meanwhile, 1893C still going around picking up more rings. They're still rolling everywhere. 929 are going and trying to get in the way of Rebel Robotics, who's attempting to go up onto their platform, while their alliance partner goes and sits in the middle of the field now, allowing itself to be a big target for the aggression and animosity being placed out on them by the Blue Alliance. And with that, the Red Alliance has put 1, 2, and maybe a third goal up onto their platform, as they also have a parked robot, but with a little bit of jitters, that third goal falls off, but they do manage to retain the 2 goals and the one with all the rings on it, giving them a huge point bonus as we come to the end of this second to last round 16 match. All right. So the results from our 6th match was a Red Alliance win, 7th seed beating the 10th seed with a score of 159-80. So with that being said, let's go ahead and decide which is going to be our last alliance to move on to quarterfinals. You've got time. The referees are still over there. So the referees are walking over. Let's go ahead and introduce these teams. On the Red Alliance, we have our 6-seeded team consisting entirely of Calvert Hall. We've got 5588E and 5588A. Facing off against them, we've got a team consisting of Loyola Robotics and Hereford High Zone Robotics, 7135C and 929S. Apparently some Hereford fans in the crowd. All right. For this last round 16 match, before we move on to quarterfinals, Red Alliance, are you ready? All right, they're ready. Blue Alliance, are you ready? Yeah. All right, let's start this match in 3, 2, 1, go. 5588E goes forward and steals one of the yellow goals, as does 929S, and 5588A does score some rings onto one of their alliance goals. The same process. With that, the autonomous bonus is going to go to Red. We're going to go ahead and start driver operated in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Loyola quickly goes forward and takes possession of that tall yellow goal while putting some rings into the blue goal by their starting position. Hereford going forward and trying to play defense on that Calvert Hall robot as they took back that yellow goal over to their side of the field. 5588E holding on to 2 goals and just sitting nicely over into their side of the field. They're going to protect their holdings. And 5588E is going to go ahead and try and pick up, but 5588 or 7135C goes and tries to tear that yellow goal away from the Red Alliance, but they were holding on a little too tightly for them to grab hold of. 929S now going over and putting a goal up onto their platform, and 7135C puts a goal into position, and they're going to seeming to go and put one up onto their platform as well. Hereford now playing a lot of defense on the Red Alliance as we're approaching the 42nd mark. Red Alliance really just playing it cool, keeping hold of the goals that they've taken possession of. And they're both now going over, putting 2 goals simultaneously up onto the platforms, and then setting down those Alliance goals that they had at the start and going ahead and putting those up as well with 3 goals and maybe a 4th goal as well, and they have 4 goals balanced up onto that platform of theirs. I don't think I've seen that many goals up on a platform this competition, and all the goals have been scored. So there we all right, that was our last round 16 match. Let's take a look at the results from our 7th match. With a huge win, the 3rd seed wins with a score of 202 to the Blue Alliance's 61. So the 3rd ranked seed will be moving on. And we'll take a brief hiatus while we wait for the scores from this match and get our next set of matches up and underway. All right, and for our most recent match, the Red Alliance wins with a score of 166 to the Blue Alliance's 121. All right. For our first quarterfinal match, on the Red Alliance, we have our first ranked alliance consisting of the JC Patriots and Calvert Hall's 5588C facing off against, that was unexpectedly intense, facing off against Boonsboro High School's 96807C and their alliance partner, Tech X. It's just random music. It's like just you kept on pressing skip. All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? Yeah. Let's kick off our first quarterfinal match in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. A little bit of contestation for one of these yellow goals, but one of them does get moved over to the red side of the field. Red Alliance also seems to have scored some rings onto their goal. All right. And the refs are saying Thomas goes to the Red Alliance. All right, so we're going to move over into the driver-operated period now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, the JC Patriots pick up that yellow goal that they dragged over, and 55AC picks up the goal that they didn't quite get all the way over to their side of the field as they immediately start picking up and putting rings onto that colored gold of theirs. The Blue Alliance robots are desperately trying to chase after those goals and try to tear them out of their opponents' clutches. Winsboro managing to push over that tall goal over to their side of the field and harassing the JC Patriots bot, while TechX is trying to use their device to clip onto that yellow goal that's held high by Calvert Hall Robotics. JC Patriots seeming to lining themselves up with the platform now as we're at about the 50-second mark in this match. The Blue Alliance robots trying their best to get in the way. The Red Alliance robots are just kind of, well, at least Calvert Hall is just wiggling in place. Meanwhile, 58. And we're now in the final 30 seconds of this match. JC Patriots are going up onto their platform. The Blue Alliance is put a goal over onto the far side of the field. They're trying to grab that delicately with 12 seconds left in this match. And in a desperate last attempt, the red platform becomes unstable. Will they be able to fix it in time? They do just in time, but despite losing one of their goals, they do manage to park the robot. All right, over here for our second quarterfinals match, we have on the Red Alliance 1727D and Area 53A facing off against the Blue Alliance consisting of 1893A Polytechnic Institute and their partners 929V Hereford Zone Robotics. Still showing quarterfinal 1-1. And it'll update when it All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? Yeah! That's energetic. Blue Alliance, are you ready? This keeps on happening. I have one really loud team and one very quiet team. Okay, calm and composed. Our referees are ready. We're going to start this second quarterfinal match in 3, 2, 1, go. Red Alliance manages to snag both of the small yellow goals, bringing it over to their side of the field, and 53A attempts to, but doesn't quite snag that tall goal over in the middle. And the autonomous bonus is going to go to the Red Alliance. We're going to start driver operate now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, in this now, 1727D goes and grabs that red goal, while 1893A goes and snags the tall goal, bringing it over to their side of the field, as well as using their device to grab onto that blue alliance goal of theirs. On the far side of the field, though, Hereford's Robotics and Area 53 seem to be duking it out as they swerve around each other, both going for rings for the goals that they have in their possession. And 929V has driven themselves into 1727D, and they push themselves back. Defense being played extensively by Hereford right now against the Red Alliance, while Poly has put themselves in a position to get up onto the platform later on this match. There's a lot of rings currently. I'm not sure how well you all can see from your perspective, but there are rings covering the back of 53A. They are everywhere. And the Blue Alliance has successfully removed one of the yellow goals from 1727D, as Polytechnic seems to have gotten themselves a little impaired by one of the rings underneath of themselves, but the Red Alliance is going to go up and perform a park with 2 goals in their possession, as well as they unbalance for just a moment. They're trying to get things back into shape. It's a very delicate nature right now with a few seconds left in this match. And they managed to, and at in a last-ditch effort, the Blue Alliance tries to put a 3rd goal up, but it ends up unbalancing the entire platform. It was a risky play. We'll see how that affects the scores. I have a feeling the scores for this match should be pretty interesting. As for our first quarterfinal match, the first seed Alliance, JC Patriots and Calvert Hall, beat the 9th seed with a score of 195 to the Blue Alliance's 40. So we now have our first semifinalist. All right, for our third quarterfinal, we have on the red side of the field 1727B and their alliance partners Area 53E. Facing off against their opponents, we have the Patuxent Panthers 5525A and their alliance partners the Robo Barons 64840C. Some last-minute adjustments for the autonomous setups from these robots. All right, I think both sides of the field are ready. Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? All right, we're going to start this third match in quarterfinals in 3, 2, 1, go. 1727B snags a goal, misses their neutral goal, but their alliance partner 53E manages to grab the other 2 yellow goals and brings them over to their side of the field. So with all these yellow goals, the autonomous advantage goes to the Red Alliance. We're going to start driver operated now in 3, 2, 1, go. Driver operate. Oh, there we go. A little bit of time delay when I give the call. Immediately, 55-25A is on the attack, trying to get a hold of these goals over in possession of the Red Alliance. But 1727B goes ahead and lifts their goals up high, putting them out of reach of that trough that is the key component to 55-25's design. But they have a lot of teamwork going on here as their alliance partner, the Robo Barons, feeds them one of the goals that they had in their possession. A lot of back and forth going on as the Blue Alliance manages to wrest control of one of the yellow goals from the Red Alliance. But Area 53A manages to regain control tenuously as there's an all-out melee going on over here on the near side of the field. Robo Barons seem to have gotten stuck on this side of the field. They don't seem to be moving it too much at all. 55-25A going for a platform park potentially now. And they're bringing up 3 goals up onto their side of the field. 1727B going over to try and push that tall goal over to their side of the field. Seems to be getting caught, but they managed to successfully push it over here. And they plop down that goal with full of rings. Some communication going on. And enjoy the final 5 seconds of this match, everyone. Ta-da. All right. Feel like there's a lot of rings for our referees to count up now. Let's take a look at the results from our second quarterfinal match. All right, in a relatively close match, our 4th seed Alliance beats out the 5th seed with a score of 104 to a score of 62. 2 relatively evenly strength alliances, pretty close. So we now have our second semifinalists. They will be facing off against the 1st seed in the semifinals. And over here on the Solars Point field for our last quarterfinals match, on the red side of the field, we have 1893C, Polytechnic Institute, and their alliance partner, 9080R, the Rebel Robotics. And on the blue side of the field, their opponents. Oh. All right. So, once again, on the Red Alliance, we have Rebel Robotics and 1893C Polytechnic facing off against an all Calvert Hall Alliance, 5588A and 5588E. So for our last semifinals match, or spot, semifinals match spot, Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? All right, let's go ahead and start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. All three of those yellow goals getting picked off by these robots, with the Blue Alliance grabbing one of them while the Red Alliance grabs two of them. With some rings getting scored for the Red Alliance is going to receive the autonomous bonus. We're going to move on to the driver operated period now in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, immediately Calvert Hall's A team is going forward and playing defense against 9080R, compressing them into that corner and preventing them from moving around too much, while Polytech has gone around and started putting up several rings up onto that goal of theirs that they've got in the back of their robot. Meanwhile, over here on the blue side of the field, 5588E seems to be biding its time for a later point in the match for them to safely get up onto that platform. They're letting their partner play all the defense. And it just seems to be a battle of trying to outmaneuver one another over here in the red corner of the field, with 5588A trying to stay in the way of Rebel Robotics. But they decide to go over and bother Polytechnic instead now. Apart from this, not a lot happening over on the blue side of the field. Still, as we're approaching the 30-second match, or 30-second point in this match, Rebel Robotics going up for the balance, and their alliance partner is going to come over and delicately, potentially carefully place that goal up onto the platform, hopefully keeping it balanced, and they manage to successfully put it up there and have a goal full of rings over on their side of the field. That amount of rings can easily be equal to an entire goal in and of itself. And at this point, well, all right, for our previous quarterfinals, match 3, we have a Red Alliance victory with the second seed alliance moving on to semifinals with a score of 196 to 150. That was the previous match. Now we have the current match. With a score of 212 to 122, the Red Alliance is moving on. So now we have all of our semifinal lists in place. Let's go ahead and move on to our first semifinalist match. Over here on the Dundalk field, we have our first seed alliance facing off against our fourth seed alliance, 5588C and 97963A. Calvert Hall and JC Patriots facing off against 1727D and 53A, Area 53 and Rex. Red Alliance, are you ready? Yeah? Blue Alliance, are you ready? Yeah! All right. Luckily, these guys aren't this loud in class. You are, Marcel. So we're going to start this autonomous period in 3, 2, 1, go. Red Alliance manages to snag 2 of the yellow goals, while the Blue Alliance does manage to grab one of them. 55AC going and manages to properly line up with their goal, Alliance goal, and puts a multitude of rings onto that post. The autonomous bonus is going to go to the Red Alliance. And we're going to move on to driver op in 3, 2, 1, go. Right, 53E going over and trying to whisk away that goal that has been in the possession of the JC Patriots. A little bit of tug of war being attempted over here. Now 1727 D is moving around. Looked like they were going to go and do something to get in the way of the Red Alliance, but then they move back to the center of the field. 1727D getting in the way of Calvert Hall, who has completely filled a goal with rings, as all these robots are trying to outmaneuver one another and try to procure these goals in order to get the highest score possible, as we're in a little less than a minute left in this match. 1727D is guarding and defending its territory, trying to get in the way, pushing themselves against JC Patriots to prevent them from going and interfering with 53A, who place a red goal up onto the corner of the field, which gets placed back into the field of play by one of the refs. 55A8C going up for a platform balance. A little tenuous, but they do manage to stick the balance, as they've also getting things ready with the final 15 seconds of this match. 53A is trying to push a goal over, but it is in their zone as we're in the final few seconds of this match. And fewer things are beginning to wind down. A very back and forth start to our semifinal matches. All right, and with that, we have a very close semifinals match, with the first seed alliance only getting 29 points over the blue seed alliance with a score of 169 to 140. We now have our first finalist team, consisting of the JC Patriots and Calvert Hall Cardinals. Next up, we're going to move on to see who else gets to join them in the finals in our next semifinal match. All right. For our second semifinal match on the Red Alliance, we have our second seed alliance consisting of 1727B and Area 53E facing off against the third seed alliance consisting of 1893C and 9080R. So, considering we have 2 versus 3, this should, in theory, be a pretty good match. All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? All right. Blue Alliance, are you ready? Yep. All right. Teams are ready. The field is ready. We're going to start autonomous in 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Goal gets stolen by the Blue Alliance that 53E went for, but it stands in place. And this autonomous period, we're going to see what happens here. One ring. So the autonomous bonus is going to go to red. We're going to start driver operated now in 3, 2, 1, go. There we are. Once again, a little bit of delay, but nearly 9080R goes and grabs hold of 2 goals while 53E goes and starts loading up that goal of theirs with rings. And 1727B is also doing the same, while their alliance or opponents are also doing the same, loading up rings onto their goals as well. As they wag the tall goal in my face, preventing me from getting close to the field. 1727B already has a full goal of rings. Meanwhile, 53E is trying to snipe that goal out from the clutches of their alliance opponents, 9080R. Bit of defense being played over here by the Red Alliance against the Blue Alliance. Very much so, that tall goal is very much a wild card because if it gets wrestled out, it can fall over and gets in the way of all of these robots. As we are now getting close to the 30-second mark of this match. At this point, now in the final 30 seconds, 9080R going up for the climb and 1727B going up for the climb. There's going to be an attempt for a double climb potentially. With a few seconds remaining. Oh. And in a desperate attempt to get a double climb, both robots come off of that platform. All right. And the third seed alliance moves on to the finals with a score of 216 to the Red Alliance's 66. And at this point, we are going to take a 5-minute field timeout before proceeding on to the finals, which will be best of 3. So we might run 2 matches, we might run 3, we might run more, depending on if there's a lucky tie. You never know. I've seen these matches go to 5.
Did we run 7?
Did we ever run 7?
Yes, once. Because we had like 3 ties in the middle of one of the matches.
All right, we're going to give out some awards. And all the awards we give out are basically an invite to Worlds. So we got to make sure. Okay, by the way, we record all this, so this afternoon later on, we'll be posting all the matches after lunch and our awards. All right, here we go. Sorry for the delay. The first award is the Think Award. And so our judges have deliberated a long time this afternoon, really trying to make sure. And so our first judge who will present this is Amber Matthews.
All right, the Think Award. The Think Award is presented to a team with the most effective and consistent programming strategies and solutions to solving the game challenge. This team's autonomous programming is consistent and reliable, and the team clearly explains their programming management process. The Think Award is presented to team number 1727B, Rex from Delaney High School.
All right, next up. So that's a World's Invitation. Next up is the Innovate Award. And to present that award is Beth Mosang. And she's another one of our great crew of judges. Here we go.
No. Cool. Can I have a script? Okay. The Innovate Award is presented to a team that demonstrates an organized approach to the design process, design process, project and time management, and team organization. This team's engineering notebook provides a clear and complete documentation of the team's robot design process and the development of their game strategy. The winning team demonstrates effective communication skills and teamwork and was a top contender for the Design Award. The Innovate Award is presented to team number 1727A Rex from Delaney High School, Timonium, Maryland.
All right, again, another World Invitation. Dallas, Texas this year. Congratulations. Who's next? Okay. Oh. So, all right, next up, we have the Build Award, and our judge Zoe Shea is going to present that.
The Build Award is presented to a team that has built the most durable and robust robot. The robot is reliable on the field and holds up under rigorous competition. The robot design shows attention to safety and detail. This year's Build Award goes to Team 53A.
All right, congratulations. All right, next up, the Amaze Award, and here to present is another of our judges, Matthew Levis.
All right, the Amaze Award is presented to the team that has built the most consistently high-scoring and competitive robot. This robot shows high-quality construction, and the robot programming is effective, successful, and consistent. This year, the Amaze Award is presented to Team 1893A.
All right, congratulations, Baltimore Polytechnic Institute in Baltimore. Uh-oh. All right, congratulations. All right, for now we're all out, so we want to see another great match coming up.
Yep, and at this time I would like to call our first and third seeded teams over to the Dundalk field so we can find out who our tournament champions and state champions are this year. As a reminder, this finals match will be best of 3, which means you have to win twice in order to be declared the champion. So red could win and blue could win, and we have to go to a tiebreaker match, or each of the teams could win twice in a row. What? Either you win twice in a row, or we go to sudden death. Or While we don't need much for introductions for these teams, we're going to do it anyway. On the red side of the field, we have teams 97963A, the JC Patriots, and their alliance partner, 5588C, Calvert Hall Robotics. And facing off against them for the title of tournament champion on the blue lines, we have 1893C of Polytechnic Institute of Baltimore. Clearly, we've got some representation. And their alliance partner, 9080R Rebel Robotics. All right. Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? All right. We're going to start the first of our best of three in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Red Alliance snags 2 of the yellow goals, while the Blue Alliance snags 1. And immediately the Blue Alliance starts putting in some rings onto their field. And the autonomous bonus is going to go to red. All right. With that early advantage, let's switch over to driver op in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Red Alliance preparing some match loads all nicely in a row for their robot. While 1893C is going to chase down JC Patriots and try to steal that the neutral, and manages to knock it out of the clutches of JC Patriots. And immediately the Red Alliance robots swoop in to try and reclaim that toppled goal. Now over here on the far side of the blue side of the field, Rebel Robotics is adamantly defending their blue goal that's on the ground while maintaining possession of 2 goals in their own right and preventing it from being stolen by the JC Patriots. Contestation over this toppled yellow goal continues between Calvert Hall and Poly as they are trying to move them out of the way. And just like that, they manage to edge them out, but there's still a chance that the Blue Alliance may be able to snag that goal away, but it is underneath. And now the Red Alliance has control of that goal, and they're going for a potential platform raise as we're now in the final 30 seconds of this match. The Red Alliance has now balanced themselves up onto the platform with 3 goals in their possession. Meanwhile, now 20 seconds left. Rebel Robotics is going for a climb with 1 goal, and they're communicating with their alliance partner to put a second goal up on the platform right behind them as we're in the final match. And they successfully place it up onto the platform. So we're in the final few seconds. That brings us to the conclusion of our first finals match. Referees are going to take some time to look this over, and we will have a score shortly. this point, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the results from our first finals match. And it was a Red Alliance victory with a score of 188 to the Blue Alliance's 122. So, at this point, Red Alliance only needs one more win to become tournament champions. But if the Blue Alliance wins in this next match, we must go to a third match tiebreaker. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute timeout before moving on to our next match. right, right now we're ramping up for our second finals match.
Okay, guys, just to let you know, since you're all going to Worlds, at Worlds, they'll probably expect you to follow the rule and can charge you pneumatics off the field. So just be ready. Go ahead. You can do it here, but I'm just letting you know.
All right, so let's get this ball rolling. Red Alliance. Oh yeah, they aren't plugged into the field.
Okay, Red Alliance, can you plug into the field, please?
All right, I think we're all set now. Red Alliance, are you ready? Blue Alliance, are you ready? Referees are ready. Either we're going to go to a third match or we will decide a tournament champion. Let's find out in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. 55-8C moves forward while JC Patriots seems to be running around in circles. In the meantime,
How's the ring? Is anything touching your robot?
right. Autonomous is a tie. No bonus for either alliance. So this will come down to how they perform in the driver op period in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, as of right now, Blue Line seems to be in hard control of at least 2 goals, whereas the Red Alliance is trying to get 4. They have control of 4 at the time, being both alliances beginning to ardently put rings up onto their goals. 5588C going and has fully stacked up the maximum number of rings that they can put onto that goal of theirs. Now they're going to on the bit of a defensive, making sure that the Blue Lions can't take that tall yellow goal of theirs by hanging it over the edge, maintaining a good grip on it. Now 7588 or 1893C going and playing defense, trying to get in the way and try to, if at all possible, grab onto one of those yellow goals that the Red Alliance is holding aloft. Just under 40 seconds left in this match. We've got a lot going on here with some defense, but we're now at the 30-second mark. Red Alliance putting up a goal to balance with the robot that they already have up there, and they managed to successfully do that. As we have 20 seconds remaining in this match, the Blue Alliance is trying to figure out what they can possibly do. They don't seem to be going for their platform just yet, but now they are with the few remaining seconds left in this match. And that brings an end to this second finals match. We'll have the referees tally up the final score and have that up on the board in just a few. All right, and we have our Maryland State champions consisting of the JC Patriots and Calvert Hall Cardinals with a score of 184 to the Blue Alliance's 81. Now I do believe we have some more awards to give out.
Hey, thanks again, Patrick, for all your MC work. How'd he do today? Mr. Doherty over at Delaney High School. Thank you, sir. And thanks to all the volunteers as we will get started on our awards ceremony here. Thank you to all our field resetters again, and all of our scoring people at the scoring table, our tech people and so on, and our cuers. Thanks, Cassie Brady, leading all of our cuer crews. All right, so we're just gonna get things prepared. All right, let's bring up congratulations to our finalist team. They're also going to go to Worlds. We have 9080R, the Rebel from Hagerstown, and Team 1893C, the Baltimore Polytech Institute. Let me cue up the semifinalists if you're here. Semifinalists, come on over here, and we have some medals for you in just a second. Okay, if you're in the semifinals, I'm going to announce you. If you're still here, I hope we have some medals for you. So let's bring up 1727D and 53A. Come on down. I hope you're still here watching. And the other alliance, the third, is it the second ranked alliance here? The second ranked alliance? These guys? Okay. All right, congratulations. All right, 1727 Bravo, B, and 53A, please come down. I hope you're still here. 53E. 53E. And Rex, the B team on Rex, come on over. Come on right over here, please. If you're just getting your medal, come on over here. All right. Oh, what do you already have? Oh, we're going to give you another one. Put that on. If you guys could stand all the way back here to the table. Come on, all the way back here to the table when you get a chance. Thank you. All right, congratulations, semifinalists. All right, next up, that leaves our champions for today. For states, our high school state champions for Maryland, 5588C and 97963A. Congratulations. So coming up, we still have the Design Award and the Excellence Award. Told me not. All right, next up. Is she here? All right. Next up, we're going to present the Design Award. And we're going to have someone read the Design Award, a judge. And here we go. All right, Amber. Thank you, Amber Matthews.
The Design Award. The Design Award is presented to the team that demonstrates the most organized and professional approach to the design process, project and time management, and team organization. This team's engineering notebook provides a clear and complete documentation of the team's robot design process and the development of their game strategy. The winning team also demonstrates effective communication skills and teamwork. The Design Award is presented to Team 97963A JC Patriots.
All right, congratulations to the JC Patriots. All right, just to keep the suspense going here for the Excellence Award. Again, don't forget, if you did want to rewatch any of the matches, any of the award ceremony happening right now, it's on the Maryland Robotics. If you type that in for YouTube, you'll find our videos there. So again, thanks to everyone for all their help this week, or today and yesterday. And so up next, we have our Excellence Award, and our presenter is Mr. Gene Eckhart.
Thank you, Chris. Chris told me not to ad-lib, read from the script, but I would add this. Thank you all for hanging around. This has been a wonderful day, and everybody is to be congratulated. Now let's get to the matter at hand. The Excellence Award is the highest award presented in the VEX Robotics program. The recipient of this award is a team that exemplifies overall excellence in creating a high-quality competitive robotics program. This team is a strong contender in numerous award categories and exemplifies dedication, devotion, hard work, and teamwork. This team is committed to quality in everything they do. And the winner for the State Championship Excellence Award is team number 5588C.
All right, congratulations to Calvert Hall. Hey, so don't forget, we've got a bunch of double and triple qualifiers. So some of you on the skills list, your teacher, mentor, or coach will be getting an email depending on how high on the list you are for skills ranking. So keep an eye on that. Congratulations on a great season to everyone. We wish everyone a healthy rest of the spring and summer. And we really look forward to Worlds and the new game coming out in the first week or so of May. And we really hope you enjoy that. Congratulations to all our 12th graders. And as you clean up in the cafeteria, make sure you have all your different things that you brought in. And we really appreciate if you could help out cleaning up in the cafeteria as you go. Thanks to everyone. Have a great evening.